Hi, my name is Melissa Pensons, and I am a registered dietitian with the URI SNAP Education Program. Some of you may recognize me out in the community at senior centers and housing sites throughout the state of Rhode Island. Thank you for joining our lesson today.
Presented by the University of Rhode Island Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program Education, URI SNAP Ed. Today we will talk about the MyPlate and all the food groups. Let's start with the trivia question. How many food groups are there on the MyPlate? Do you think it is 3 food groups, 4 food groups, or 5 food groups? I will give you a moment to think of the correct answer. The correct answer is 5 food groups. Here is a black and white image of the MyPlate from choosemyplate.gov. MyPlate was created to help you follow the dietary guidelines. MyPlate teaches people how to make healthier food choices within each food group. The MyPlate image replaces the past images of My Pyramid and the food guide pyramids that you may be familiar with. This came along in 2011, and the icon of a plate was used to make it easier to remember when creating meals throughout the day. Let's begin with the fruits group, which, as you can see here, is highlighted in red in the top left corner of the MyPlate. Examples in this group include any fruit or 100% juice. They may be fresh, canned, frozen, or even dried. How many cups of fruits do you think you need each day? Is it half a cup, 1 cup, or 1.5 cups of fruit each day? Take a moment to think of your best answer. The correct answer is 1.5 cups of fruits for those 51 and older each day. So you may be thinking, what counts as 1 cup of fruit? This picture shows you a few examples of what 1 cup looks like. You can simply measure out a cup with a dry measuring cup, but generally speaking, a whole piece of fruit or about 8 large strawberries are some examples. When choosing dried fruit, be sure to note that a half cup of raisins will count for 1 full cup of fruit. This is because dried fruit has the water removed and can have a higher calorie content. When choosing fruit juice, make sure it's 100% juice with no added sugar. Be sure to choose fresh, frozen, or canned fruit to reach your daily goal. Make sure to check the label of frozen, canned, or even dried to make sure there is no added sugar. Next, we will move on to the vegetable group. As you can see, it is located on the bottom left in green on the MyPlate. How many cups of vegetables do you think you need each day? Is it half a cup, 1 cup, or 2 cups of vegetables each day? Take a minute to think of the correct answer. The correct answer is at least 2 cups of vegetables every day for those 51 and older. What counts as 1 cup of vegetables? Some examples of what 1 cup looks like includes 12 baby carrots, measuring out 1 cup of vegetables like broccoli or green beans, or 1 large sweet potato. Here are a few more examples. When eating salad greens, note that 2 cups measured out only counts for 1 cup. 1 cup of vegetable juice will also count for 1 cup. In summary, for vegetables, choose fresh, frozen, and canned, but always check the label and select options with no added salt or low sodium. You can also rinse cans of vegetables to remove excess salt as needed. One of the main messages of the MyPlate is to make half of your plate filled with fruits and vegetables, as you can see in the image to the left. Let's move on to the next food group and start with a true or false question. Popcorn is a whole grain. Do you think this is true or false? The correct answer is true. Popcorn is a whole grain. Popcorn is found in the grains group, as you can see here in orange. Other examples of grains include cereal, pasta, bread, and oatmeal. One of the messages of grains is to make half of your grains whole grains. Some examples of whole grains include whole wheat bread, whole wheat pasta, oatmeal, and brown rice.
An older adult, 51 and older, needs about 5 to 6 ounces total for the day. This would mean at least 2 to 3 ounces of those should be a whole grain.
Grains are measured in ounces. What does 1 ounce look like? Let's look at some examples. Here you can see one small 6-inch tortilla. A half cup of cooked cereal like oatmeal counts as 1 ounce. And lastly, half a cup of pasta or rice counts for 1 ounce. So if you have 2 cups of pasta, you are actually eating about 4 ounces of grains. 1 cup of dry cereal and 1 slice of bread both equal 1 ounce. 3 cups of popped popcorn equals 1 ounce. Moving on to our next group, we have the protein group, which was previously known as meats and beans, and is the purple food group located on the bottom right of the plate. When shopping for protein, choose lean or low-fat meat and poultry. Eat more meatless options such as peanut butter, eggs, beans, nuts, and seeds. Older adults need about 5 to 6 ounces of protein each day.
Protein is also measured in ounces. Take a look at these examples. We have 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, which equals 1 ounce, 1 whole egg, and 3 thin slices of deli meat equals 1 ounce. A few more you can see here. 1/4 cup of beans equals 1 ounce, 1 small cooked chicken breast equals 3 ounces, and 1 small hamburger equals about 3 ounces of protein.
With protein and meats, preparation is key. Always choose baked and grilled options instead of battered, fried, and deep fried. Our last food group is dairy in the blue circle to the side of the plate. Choose low-fat and fat-free options, and note there are plenty of dairy-free alternatives for those who are lactose intolerant. Aim for 3 cups of dairy each day. Here are some examples of what counts as 1 cup. The top calcium choices include milk, cheese, and yogurt. Alternative options such as soy or almond milk are also good choices. Just make sure you read the label and buy brands that have added calcium.
MyPlate reminds you to include foods from all 5 food groups at your main meal. Use a smaller plate, bowl, or glass to eat a healthy amount of food. Limit foods high in fat, added sugars, and salt.
Our last part of today's video includes a healthy recipe called Cabbage and Carrot Soup. The next slide will show how to prepare this recipe. This recipe starts by heating olive oil in a soup pot on medium heat. Add in your chopped onions, pepper, and salt. Stir together and cook for 5 minutes. Next, add the shredded cabbage and sliced carrots. Cook for another 10 minutes. Then add the canned tomatoes and broth. Bring to a boil and cover the pot. Reduce the heat to medium-low and cook for 15 to 20 minutes. Rinse and drain your beans and add to the pot. Heat through and serve. You can make a single or double batch and freeze your leftovers for a later time. To tie it back to our topic today, our recipe has carrots, tomatoes, cabbage and onions for our vegetables group, beans from the protein group, and if this was our main meal for the day, we could add a slice of bread from the grains group, and for dessert, have a yogurt with fruit to cover all 5 food groups. Thank you so much for joining our lesson today. In summary, be sure to use the MyPlate image as a meal planning tool to guide you in healthy eating. Eat a variety of fruits and vegetables, make half your grains whole, choose lean meats and protein, and pick low-fat and fat-free dairy options. If you're looking for more information, please call our toll-free number listed here or check out our website for more recipes and handouts. Thank you again for joining us as we learn more about the MyPlate.